The next question: Forsyth County has been approved for an Investing in Educational Excellence partnership contract. How do you plan to use that contract for our school system?
Well, we have had it in effect, and because we did have it in effect, it saved our county several $millions because we had the flexibility to put staff members where they're most effective. We were able to channel dollars in programs which are more effective rather than having to have this structured from the state or the federal level. It's the best thing that ever happened to us. I honestly believe that that if all school systems had the flexibility that we had, that they wouldn't be in the trouble that they're in now. I look forward to continuing that. It also challenged us. Part of that is the contract with the state, and we have, our part of it is that we have to increase our student grade level from meet to exceeds in the CRCT test, and we did that. So that challenged us as well, and a good challenge always helps to improve things, so it was good for both of us.
Thank you. The next question: what would you do to increase graduation rates in Forsyth County?
We just attended 4 graduations of about, I'm guessing, 1,700 students. Out of all 4 high schools, I think there were less than 20 kids who were qualified to graduate that did not graduate across our county. Yes, by the record books it says 89%, but that is such a hard number to really qualify. I think that our graduation is probably higher than 89%. I think having graduation coaches was one of the best things that the state ever did, and I'm sorry the funding was cut for that, but that has helped tremendously. Forsyth Academy has helped tremendously in increasing our graduation rate, so I think you'll see it in the 90s eventually, because we're heading in that direction.
The next question is: how do you propose to balance the Forsyth County School System's budget and fund necessary expenses?
Well, I think we actually did a very good job. The staff did a phenomenal job of taking it to heart. Every department cut where they could. Principals are looking at ways to cut money. We are all the time looking for alternative funding sources. We do within the system try to be more efficient about using utilities. We are looking at more ways to use technology, which is a cheaper way to and a more efficient way of offering instruction. So the school system has done a very good job of being conservative with our funds. I think we need to keep doing that, and we need to keep working with the state government officials about funding from the state level, which is at an all-time low, and it needs to increase. So those are 2 issues. We will keep doing what we're doing, but we also need to work with the state to find sources of income for education.
Do you support letting outside groups, such as private schools or homeschool students, utilize school facilities and access athletic programs?
It would be nice to say yes, but logistically it creates a lot of problems. I think the Georgia High School Association does not allow students to participate unless they're actual students in that school, so you can't logistically do it. Secondly, to have a student who is not in a particular school compete, say on a football team, creates a problem for the coach who works with students who are in the school system off and on all day. So there are logistical problems when you have homeschool students trying to participate in activities when there are state rules that don't allow it, and also logistical problems within the school.
Thank you. What would you do to increase CRCT test scores?
Well, as Kristen said, the test scores were the best in the state, and that's the 2nd year in a row that that's happened. So we are definitely on the right track. I think standard-based grading has helped us focus on the things that need to be taught. The team teaching, the absolute outstanding work that our staff does on staff development, on team teaching, on working with the teachers to have interesting instruction for students, using all of our tools to continue that focus on student learning is why, or the reasons our CRCT tests are so high. I think they will continue to be that way, we'll continue to move from the meets to the exceeds categories. That's where we're heading, and that's where we'll be.
The next question is, do you support the establishment of charter schools in Forsyth County?
Well, we already have one charter school, which is Forsyth Academy, that was started to take care of students that could not function or were potential dropouts in the regular school system. It has been a tremendous success. We have had several hundred kids go through that program, and that is one charter that has worked. I think that you have to look at the whole big picture of a county. For some smaller counties, charter schools might work. For our county, being on the IE Square contract, did the same thing. So charters are not the end-all for everything, and I think that that's a discussion that needs to be had. But my personal philosophy is I think that we need to make our big high schools and school system work as it is. But certainly charter schools need to be taught, but unless there's an absolute need, I don't think that in our county it would work.
Miss Ann Crow is the chair of the Forsyth County School System, and she is up for re-election at this time. Those were all the questions that were submitted by the executive committee. At this time, I'd like to give her 1.5 minutes, maybe even 2 minutes if she needs it, since we're struggling on time. But she can have 2 minutes for the closing statement.
I just want to thank you all for staying. I know it was very difficult, but without having an opponent here, I can't tell you how much it's a privilege to serve on the Forsyth County Board of Education. Education is such a key to success in any community. We have a phenomenal staff. We have visionary leadership in our school system, and we also have conservative leadership in our school system, and that combination has enabled our school system to be one of the best in the state, if not the best in the state. We have been chosen recently as one of the 6 school districts from the Gates Foundation for a special project. That speaks volumes of the respect that our school system has across the country. So we need to keep what we're doing. We're heading on the right track, and we have a phenomenal board and a phenomenal staff, and it would be my honor to be able to serve 4 years on the school board and serve the community in that way. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to thank Chair Ann Crow. I'd like to thank Larry Duckworth and Krista Morrissey. When you're running for public office, it's one thing to say you're running, but to actually show up at a forum and answer questions in the public is a daunting task, and I'd like to thank all 3 of those that took the time to come out and tell you their opinions and basically what they'd like to do in the next 4 years. One other thing, we still have in the room, Richard Woods is here, and I would like to just mention very briefly, I'm taking a point of privilege from Ethan, maybe won't kill me. But we do still have one of the state Republican school superintendents in attendance. I would encourage you to get to know both candidates. Mr. Woods is still here. This is a critical race for the state school superintendents. If you may have heard, there are rumors about maybe a 3rd candidate or independent getting in the race. I would like to remind you that the person that may be running was appointed by Roy Barnes on the state school board. So basically that's how he got his start in politics, was Roy Barnes appointed him. So if you'd like a Republican on the board as a school superintendent, you need to talk to Mr. Barge and Mr. Woods. And Mr. Woods is here tonight. Thank y'all so much.
Kevin, we appreciate you coming tonight. We thank everyone for their support of the Republican Party. Do come out and help us out, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody at the barbecue on Friday night. And look forward to working with everyone through the election season. Thanks a lot.